afternoon. Welcome back. It's that restful time after lunch, so just feel free to relax and let the words wash over you. I'm very honored to be speaking to you, celebrant colleagues, 2012 graduates, honored guests, prospective celebrants. It's quite a community. It's an exciting time to be a celebrant. I know you've been listening all morning, and now we're going to experiment with listening. Maybe when I began a few seconds ago, you first tuned in to listen well, not only because you are polite, but because the bell ringing was unexpected. Your attention was diverted from unfinished conversations at lunch, to mulling over what you had heard this morning, to mentally gauging how much time you have to sit here. My thought is, you may have figured I would start talking, but then I rang bells instead. This is how we listen as celebrants. We listen to whatever is presented to us rather than being distracted by what we assume we will hear. In addition to understanding the elements of ceremony, using and creating ritual. Can I take this off?
Yeah. Perfect.
In addition to understanding the elements of ceremony, using and creating ritual, writing well, speaking well, and of course, dressing well, as celebrants, we must listen well. This is our profession. Here are two statements from the Celebrant Foundation website about our vocation as life cycle celebrants. As celebrants, it is our mission to work closely with you in creating a ceremony which reflects your tastes and values. Celebrants will guide you and assist you in paying homage to your life's achievements, your wonderful times, the most meaningful relationships of your life, as well as to the most difficult passages you have endured. Therefore, our mission compels us to find out what those meaningful relationships, those wonderful times, and those difficult passages are, and how individuals' tastes and principles frame them. Celebrants are charged with discovering what our clients want, what they envision, what they dream of, who they are. We want to be able to suggest rituals and readings that connect with them deeply. We strive to give them words and actions that signify the inner mystery, to reveal the personal transition in moments of light that they and those around them can see and feel clearly. We want to speak in words and tones that convey the celebrators' voices. So we must listen well. Though I'm not from Iowa, I was once in Iowa following a high school girls basketball team for a documentary film. Part of the time, I would be interviewing the players. A very creative but inexperienced assistant joined me for many of the interviews. Sometimes, while I was having a conversation with one of the girls, I'd catch a glimpse of the assistant's incredulous expression. After one session, she suddenly turned to me with a look of comprehension. "Now I get it," she said. "I couldn't understand why you were asking questions that we already knew the answers to." You know, like, how'd that game go? When I already knew it was a disastrous loss or a triumphant win. You wanted to see what she had to say about it. That was it. You want to hear how someone tells you something. It isn't just the facts, like where a couple met, or what someone does or did for a living, or why a baby has been named Josephine. But you want to see how they tell you. You let them talk so that you can really hear them. What pieces do they tell you? And who tells you what? If there's more than one person, do they concur? Or do they tell you details that differ? What voices do they use? This is the gold in our box of treasures. These commentaries. It's what makes a celebrant stand out. No matter how much we know or how experienced we are always the students of our clients. Don't assume, ask. Let's try some things. And I regret to say that I don't have a pen, but I'm going to steal somebody's pen. Are there two soon-to-be graduates here who have met during the year and gotten to know each other, maybe? Could be that you met online and you just met each other in person today. Come on, two up. Okay, let's pair them up. Oh, this doesn't work. Oops. Okay, who do we have? You can stay there. You just have to answer some questions. Chris, and Jim. Thank you. But I'm sorry, but does anyone have a pen I could take? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Jim. Yes. And Chris. Great. Great. All right. Let's say that there's going to be a ceremony for Jim and Chris's move into professional celebrancy. They're forming a business partnership and have decided to usher it in with a new beginning ceremony using their recently honed tools. I'm going to ask you to each answer separately. And since, as far as I know, this is not a real situation, feel free to answer intuitively and wishfully if you like. The rest of us will listen. Jot notes if you want. Okay, Jim. What tone would you like for the ceremony? Intimate, ceremonial, sacred, warm, businesslike, lighthearted, or soothing?
Warm.
Okay. Chris, what tone would you like for the ceremony?
Colorful and messy.
Great. Who would you like to have there with you?
I guess Jim can be there. All of the venture capitalists who gave us money will be there. And how about Cindy should be there, I think. And Charlotte, of course. My style council will be there as well. We're going to have cheerleaders, okay? Loud and colorful and messy.
All right. Now, Jim, let's just say that you didn't even hear what he said.
I still concur. I would say our spouses and our first 10 client couples.
Good.
A mentor. Yes, be named. I like the cheerleaders.
All right. Well, we're gonna take it away from you guys for a moment, but we're coming back to you. And now let's just take what they have responded with. Tell me what you've heard. Tell me anything that stuck out for you, that a word, a phrase, an idea, a tone. I'm sorry. Cheerleader. Messy? Okay. Cheerleaders, messy.
Colorful. Funny. Humor. Business-like. Playful.
Okay, I think I probably missed something, but let me just give you what I have heard from cheerleaders: messy, colorful, humor, business, like, playful. Mentors, quiet, clients, spouses. Spoken like a true partner. All right. Okay, we're not going to make assumptions yet. Okay, so I'm just going to ask one more question of you and Chris at the moment. Chris, could you describe yourself?
Yes.
Would you describe yourself? How would you describe yourself?
Playful, outspoken, serious, believe it or not, ambitious, and spicy.
All right. About him or about you?
Let's say humorous, serious, in a spiritual and a secular way, and nice.
That sounds true. Okay. Okay, now we're going to leave you alone again for a moment. So, we know that they're both serious. There's some playfulness and humor, some outspokenness, and some spirituality in a secular way. And we know that they want to have cheerleaders at their ceremony. Taking some of these comments, what do you want to hear now? What's your next question of them? Anybody?
How do you envision your ceremony? What sort of ceremony do you envision?
I'm sorry.
What sort of ceremony do you envision?
And could you be more specific?
What kind of venue? How many people? Do you have a spot picked out? What time of day? What time of night?
Okay.
What do you want to take away from it after?
Okay. Anything else? Anybody wants to know from them?
Favorite color?
Sorry?
Favorite color?
Okay.
And what should I wear if I'm doing
I'm not even going to ask.
I want to know what age the cheerleaders should be. And just
Okay, I'm sorry, but we've closed the questions. Okay, Jim, we're going to let you start so that you can't just concur. So what sort of ceremony do you envision? You know, what kind of venue, how many people?
Remind me again,
This is,
set of our business.
yes, this is your new beginning ceremony for your business.
Outside,
Okay.
springtime, flowers.
Okay, that's enough.
I concur. We have maybe 100.
Okay. And how many people do you think you're thinking of? And that will be your vow to each other. I concur.
It's on the business card.
Okay, I'm actually going to, wait, where's my timekeeper? Am I okay? Well, we're going to keep going. Okay. What do you want people to take away from this ceremony?
We want them to take away from the ceremony a belief that we'll be successful in what we do, and the next 10 people they meet, they'll tell about it. And some of those people will come to us and we'll be starting our business successfully.
All right. Don't concur.
I want people to come away from our wonderful ceremony with the feeling that they can trust us, no matter whether it's a really fun, humorous, heartfelt ceremony or one that's deeply sentimental and maybe one that can honor a great pain that's occurred, that they can trust us with the highs of joy and the lows of sorrow. And brochure. We should just walk away from brochure.
All right. Oh, fabulous. Okay. Okay, so does anybody have any light bulbs going off in their heads as to what you want to do with this ceremony, now that you've heard what they have to say about what they want to do? Chris? Parade and balloons.
Everybody gets a smartphone.
Sorry?
I see a reading from other places you'll go.
Okay. What would you, who do you think might be important to them? From what they've said, who do you think you would ask about including in the ceremony?
Not the cheerleaders.
I mean, specifically including in the, what was that? The, that deep,
Deep, sentimental, heartfelt rooting.
right. Who? Yes, yes.
Maybe one of your venture capitalists could share why they're investing, what you promising.
That's great.
And a mentor who could discuss what potential you see in these two.
That's very nice.
What are more of the clients that they don't know?
Oh, that's very nice.
Their experience.
Funny.
One or two attendees from the ceremony to talk about the impact that it had on us.
And how would you do that?
To ask the client that would be speaking, is there someone who had attended?
Oh, I see.
Sarah, that you could bring with, you could talk about what it was like to be a witness or participant, attendee to that ceremony.
That's great. And I think I missed somebody.
You would say a family member, either by blood or a chosen family member, who could corroborate their story. What they are.
Yeah. All right, it looks like we're, okay, we have this This spring morning outdoor ceremony with cheerleaders and acrobats and a parade and balloons with a very heartfelt center. And I think we could go on, but we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much, and I can tell you're going to have success in your... All right. So we know something about Jim and about Chris and about what they envision for their ceremony, how it reverberates in their lives, and what they want to do, what they want to take from the ceremony, and what this moment in their lives means to them. We are beginning to see how this creative ritual connects them to the wider world, how their personal move intersects with the eternal fact of change. We're beginning to hear the voice of the ceremony. What a pleasure it is to be a celebrant. We get to listen in on the lives of others, and it's just part of our job. It's just a certified celebrant carrying out the mission that guides us. John O'Donohue says in a blessing, which may or may not be at your ceremony, for a new position, may your work fit the rhythms of your soul, enabling you to draw from the invisible new ideas and a vision that will inspire. We listen well, we draw from the invisible, and hand back to our clients their own words sculpted into ceremony. For repeating a person's words back to them affirms that you have heard them and that the words had meaning for you. That you then put these fragments together in a whole new way says that not only did the voice reach you, but it resonated with what you know of life. We all have stories, and each individual tale is a tiny nugget of who we are. That we can know each other is probably the most extraordinary gift in life. As celebrants, we acknowledge that understanding to exist, and we help it to thrive. Thank you.